Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hi, Mathematics. Today we have a very interesting question from entrance examination. We have x to the fourth plus x cubed plus x squared plus x plus 1 equal to 0. And right now I'm going to show you how can you solve this question algebraically. So I hope you will understand it. I will try my best to give you an understandable solution. So first of all, let's divide both sides by x squared. Let's see what will happen. First of all, let's divide both sides by x squared. Let's do this right now. So we have x to the fourth, we're gonna divide it by x squared, okay? With the next we have plus x cubed, we divide by x squared, x cubed, we're gonna divide by x squared. The next we have plus x squared divided by x squared. So we change nothing, we just divide both sides by x squared, plus x divided by x squared, and plus 1 divided by x squared. Divided by x squared equal to 0. So this is our first step. We divide both sides by x squared. Right here we divided by x squared, but it changed nothing. We still have 0 on the right side. Right now let's see what will happen. X to the fourth divided by x squared. As a result, we have our x squared on the left side. First of all, we have x squared. Right here, when we divide it, we have x. Right here, we have only two x's. So as a result, we have only our x in terms of like school property, in terms of school formula. Okay, so plus the next we have x. Plus right here we divided the same numerator and denominator, so we have 1. So plus 1. The next we have plus 1 over x. Okay, because we cancel 1x and we still have 1 in our denominator. So we have 1 over x, and we have plus 1 over x squared. Right here we can simplify it, so plus 1 over x squared. So I hope you understand this step. We just divide both sides by x squared. Right now let's try to group. Right here we have x squared, okay, and right here we have 1 over x squared. Let's group these two elements, and in the same way let's group this x and 1 over x. So right here I want to show you another line, so we're gonna group this 1 over x and this x. Okay, so let's do this right now. Let's see what will happen. So as a result, in our parentheses we have x squared plus 1 over x squared plus 1 over x squared. The next we have plus, in another parenthesis we have this one with the first power, so x plus 1 over x plus 1 over x, and don't forget about this one, so we still have plus 1 is equal to 0. So I hope you understand this step. We just group squares right here with the second power, and we group with the first power, and we still have 1. Right now we need to write our substitution. But what substitution? Let's call this expression, this one, x plus 1 over x, let's call this as t. For example, this is our t. And let's write our full substitution, because a lot of students make this mistake. When we call this t, a lot of students call this expression as t squared, because we have like first power t and then we have second power. A lot of students do this common mistake. They say that this is our t squared, but let's see what will happen. Very tricky moment right now. So our substitution, so let our x plus 1 over x, so x plus 1 over x is equal to, let's go with t. As I told before, this is our t. And right now let's square both sides, okay? Let's square our both sides. Let's square our left and right side. Let's see what will happen. So as a result, we have x plus 1 over x raised to the second power equal to t squared. Right now let's raise this expression to the second power. As a result, what do we have? We have x squared plus 1 over x squared, yeah, and plus 2, because when we multiply this by each other, we don't have like, we have only 2. Okay, we will cancel our x, so we have plus 2 equal to t squared. And right now let's look closely. X squared plus 1 over x squared, this is expression that we need to know what we change it, okay, according to substitution. These are the same expression. So when we bring these two from our left side to right side, okay, I hope you understand this moment right now. When we bring it, we have that our x squared plus 1 over x squared is equal to t squared minus 2, okay, t squared minus 2, okay, t squared minus 2. So this is not t squared, this is our t squared minus 2. Very tricky moment, so let's call it as t squared minus 2. This is our t squared minus 2. We'll go back to this substitution a little bit later, but right now let's look closely what do we have in terms of our substitution right here. So we have t squared minus 2 plus t plus 1 equal to 0. So let's write this type of equation when we write our substitution. So t squared minus 2, t square minus 2. The next we have plus, right here we have t plus t plus 1 is equal to 0. Right now let's simplify it. It looks like a basic quadratic equation. So as a result we have t squared plus t minus 1 equal to 0. Let's do this. So we have t squared plus t minus 1 is equal to 0. Really great. Right now let's solve it. Let's solve it in terms of like discriminant, doesn't matter. Maybe we can solve it a little bit faster, but I will solve it according to step-by-step explanation. So we have a is equal to 1 right here, b is equal to 1, and c is equal to minus 1. So right now let's plug in each of these elements into this spot. We will find our discriminant. We have b squared minus 4ac. As a result, we have b squared 1 square minus 4 times a equal to 1 and times minus 1. C is equal to minus 1. Okay. As a result, we have right here 1 plus 4. We have 5. Yeah, we have 5. Right now, let's find our t first and t second. Yeah, let's do this right now. So as a result, what do we have? T first and t second. T first and second equal to minus b plus minus square root of d and all over 2a. Okay, right now let's plug in each of these elements into this spot. As a result, we have minus b, we have minus 1, plus minus square root of discriminant, square root of 5, plus minus square root of 5, and all over 2a. But a is equal to 1, so right here we have only 2. These are our t first and t second. So right now let's write the first one with a negative sign, for example, and the second one with the positive sign. So we have t first is equal to minus 1 minus square root of 5 over 2, and t second is equal to minus 1 plus square root of 5 over 2. These are our two solutions, t first and t second, but let's go back to our substitution. In the beginning we had a substitution, x plus 1 over x equal to t, so don't forget about this. So x plus 1 over x is equal to t. So right now we are talking about two cases. The first one when t is negative, and the second one when t is positive. So let's start, for example, with t first. Okay, so as a result we have this expression is equal to x plus 1 over x according to our substitution, because we need to solve this question in terms of our x, not in terms of t. So right now let's solve this question according to this t first. This one a little bit later. Let's start with the t first. As a result, what do we have? We have x plus 1 over x is equal to minus 1 minus square root of 5 over 2. Let's solve it. Let's solve this equation. Let's multiply both sides by 2x. Okay, when we multiply both sides by 2x, we will have really interesting expression. Let's see what will happen right here. So we have 2x. Okay, we have 2x multiplied by these parentheses. So we have x plus 1 over x, and we multiply it by this second expression on the right side. So 2x, and we have parentheses. We have minus 1 minus square root of 5, minus 1 minus square root of 5, and all over 2. And right now let's look closely. What do we have right here? We can easily cancel from here. We can easily cancel our 2. Okay, let's do this. Let's cancel from here our 2, and let's multiply this 2x by these parentheses. Let's see what will happen. So we have 2x squared plus right here we have x and x, we can easily cancel, so as a result we have plus 2 equal to only our x times this parenthesis minus 1 minus square root of 5, minus 1 minus square root of 5. Okay, really great. Right now let's bring this x from our right side to left side. Let's do this right now. So as a result we have 2x squared plus 2, okay, 2x squared plus 2, and minus this x times these parentheses, minus 1 minus square root of 5. Okay, right now let's look closely. What do we have? We have x squared, we have our x, and we have our constant right here. So it looks like this our quadratic equation. Okay, so right now let's solve this question according to a quadratic equation. Okay, as a result we only need to bring this x from our this position to second position. So as a result, what do we have right here? We have our 2x squared minus x times this parentheses minus 1 minus square root of 5 and plus 2 is equal to 0. So right now let's solve this question according to these coefficients. We have x squared, we have x, and we have our constant. Right now let's write our final answer. So we have right here x first and second, but we need to simplify this a little bit. So we have x first and second is equal to, what do we have right here? Minus b plus minus square root of d and all over 2a. Let's start, for example, with minus b. This is our minus b. So we have right here minus 1 minus square root of 5, this is our minus b, plus minus square root of discriminant, square root of b squared minus 4ac, so b squared, let's write it, so we have minus 1 minus square root of 5 squared, this is our b squared, minus 4ac, minus 4 times a equal to 1, and times c, 2, sorry, yeah, and c is equal to 2, so 4 times 2 and times 2. And we divide all of the thing by 2a, by 2 times a is equal to 2. Right now let's simplify this a little bit. Let's simplify it. Right here we don't need our parentheses, so our x first and second is equal to, we have minus 1 minus square root of 5 plus minus, what do we have inside parentheses? Let's raise this expression inside parentheses to the second power. Let's do the thing. Let's see what will happen. We will have like 1 square. This is our formula, 1 square plus 2 times 1 and times square root of 5 and plus square root of 5 to the second power, so we square it. And minus, right here we have 4 times 2 times 2 equal to 16, minus 16. Minus 16, and we divide all of this expression by 4, okay, by 4. Let's simplify this a little bit because we still can simplify this expression. So we have x first and second is equal to minus 1 minus square root of 5 plus minus, what do we have right here inside parentheses? Inside parentheses we have 1 plus 2 square root of 5, 2 square root of 5. What do we have right here? Plus 5 and minus 16, minus 16. And we divide all of these by 4. Don't forget about our denominator. We divide all of this by 4. Let's simplify this. What do we have right here? 1 plus 5, we have 6. 6 minus 16, we have minus 10. Okay, so we have in a square root sign, we have 2 square root of 5 minus 10. Let's write it. So x first and second equal to minus 1 minus square root of 5 plus minus, inside parentheses, what do we have? We have 2 square root of 5 minus 10, 2 square root of 5 minus 10, and we divide all of this by 4. Let's simplify this a little bit. Let's divide each of these elements by these 4. Okay, let's do this right now. Let's divide each of these elements by these 4. So we have x first and second is equal to minus 1 over 4 minus square root of 5 over 4. Right here, let's bring this, okay, let's split it first of all, because I hope you don't understand this step. So we can write it as square root of 2 square root of 5 minus 10, and we divide it by 4. But right now, the next step, let's bring this 4 inside the square root, okay? So we can easily write this 4 as a square root of 16, and we can easily bring this 16 inside of this square root sign, okay? So let's do this right now. So we have x first and second is equal to minus 1 over 4 minus square root of 5 over 4 plus minus square root of 2 square root of 5 minus 10, and we divide it by 16. Okay, this step, I really hope you understand this step. And right now, what are we going to do? We're going to divide each of these elements by this common denominator, by this 16. Let's do this right now. So we have x first and second equal to minus 1 over 4 minus square root of 5 over 4, so the same beginning. Right here we have square root of we have square root of 5 over 8, square root of 5 over 8 minus 10 over 16. We can write it as 5 over 8. So we have 5 over 8. But one really tricky moment, a lot of students don't pay attention to this expression inside this square root sign, but if you look closely, this expression is negative. So it tells us, because square root of 5 is less than 5, when we subtract this expression, we have a negative value. So it tells us that right here we have a complex solution. Okay, so right now let's factor from here. Let's write -1 and let's write our parentheses. So let's do something like that. So x first and second equal to -1 over 4 minus square root of 5 over 4 plus minus square root of, and right here let's write this one as -1, and in parentheses we have a great expression. We have 5 over 8, so we change position. 5 over 8 minus square root of 5 over 8. And right now this square root of -1, because in terms of square root we can easily split it, we can write it as a product. We can write it something like that. We can write it as square root of -1 times square root of this expression. But square root of -1 we can write as e. Okay, we're talking about e, we're talking about complex unit. So as a result we can write it as square x first and second equal to -1 over 4 minus square root of 5 over 4, and right here, because of this square root of -1, we can easily create our complex unit. So plus minus I, okay, and this expression still inside this square root sign. So we have 5 over 8 minus square root of 5 over 8, and we can't simplify this more. We divide it, we have our real number part, imaginary part, we have with plus minus. So as you can see, we solve this question completely. But finally, let's write all of this solution. And as I told before in the beginning, so in the beginning we had this step right here. Okay, this is our case when t first is negative. It looks like negative. We have -1 minus square root of 5, but we can also solve this question according to a positive part. But it will be like a long video, but I'm going to show you a really great trick, because we can easily change only one sign and we don't need to solve this question as a second part. Okay, we solve this question in terms of t first. We find our two roots, x first and x second, but we also need to solve this question in terms of like t second. Okay, so don't forget about this. Right now we're going to write a full solution to this question, but just keep in mind that we need to solve this question according to t second. I'm not going to solve it according to t second because I know what sign we need to change. We need to change only one plus minus, and we will have our solution. And moreover, it will be like a long video, so I hope you understand this part. It will be like your homework to solve this question according to t second, when t second is the value that I showed before. Okay, so right now let's write our final answer. So let's write our final answer. Final answer to this question, we have x first is equal to, so x first is equal to, let's write with the plus sign. X first is equal to, we have -1 over 4 minus square root of 5 over 4. Next we have plus I, so complex unit, and our square root sign, so 5 over 8 minus square root of 5 over 8. This is our x first to this question, and this is our complex solution because we have e. X second, what about x second? Let's use the same thing but with the negative sign. So we used a positive sign. Right now let's use negative sign. So -1 over 4 minus square root of 5 over 4 minus I, and right here we have square root of 5 over 8, so absolutely the same thing, minus square root of 5 over 8. And as I told before, I'm not going to show you, I'm not going to solve the second case when t second is equal to like the value that I showed before. We will have absolutely the same expression as right here, but with one or two different signs. So x third is equal to, we have -1 over 4, as you can see, completely the same, but right here we have plus square root of 5 over 4, and we have right here plus I, and the same, absolutely the same thing, so 5 over 8 minus square root of 5 over 8, and x fourth, absolutely the same, but with one really important difference. As right here we have minus sign right here, because we're talking about plus minus, so this is with the plus sign, and we are talking about minus sign. So x fourth equal to -1 over 4 plus square root of 5 over 4, and we have minus I square root of 5 over 8 minus square root of 5 over 8. And one really important moment, because maybe a lot of students think that right here we have real number solution, but if you look closely, x first complex solution in terms of e, x second we are talking about complex solution, this is also a complex solution, and the third with the e with this complex solution, and the fourth with the complex. This is a complex solution, so we can easily say that no real roots. Okay, this question does not have real solutions. This question has only 4 complex solutions. So right now we can easily see a graph. You can see the points of intersection in terms of like complex plane, in terms of real number plane, in terms of like in terms of geometry. Yeah, we can easily see these points of intersection. So it tells us that right here we have for complex solution, no real solution for complex solution. And this is my explanation to this question. It will be like a longer video when I will solve this question according to right here we have t second. Yeah, we have right here we have t second. Yeah, when I will solve this question according to t second, it will be like a long and complicated video. As you can see, it changed nothing. It changed only right here it changed only 2 signs. Right here we have plus, and right here we have plus. With the plus minus we have minus right here. So as you can see, this is like the same root, but only with differences with the few signs in these places. So this is up to you. You can easily solve this question at your home. You can easily practice this exert and x force. A long video, but this is not an easy challenge. Okay, I think that a lot of students want to see formulas. We can easily solve this question according to formulas, but I'm going to show you algebraic solution, step-by-step algebraic solution, and I really hope you understand it. I give my best to make this video. I hope you learn something new. I hope you understand something new. This is a really great inspiration for me. You can also write your response down into the comment section. Write your comments down into the comment section. This is really great to exchange information. Thank you everyone for your time. Thank you everyone for supporting my channel. I really appreciate it. It helps me a lot. It inspires me a lot. We have almost 90k subscribers. I really appreciate it from my heart. I really love everyone for supporting, for watching my videos. I give my best, and I hope we will improve my videos. I give my best to make a new content every day. So thank you everyone. Wish you all the best in your life. Take care of yourself and have a great day.